So, why am I in teacher training? Um, Mostly for spiritual growth, personal development. I've practiced yoga on and off for quite some time with Kelly and Raj, and I know that physical isn't my main focus here. It's mostly internal, working on myself. I found that even in the short couple weeks of teacher training, I found a different inner peace than before and been able to let things roll off my back easier, if that's a way to put it. Stressful things aren't quite as stressful. Frustrating things aren't quite as frustrating. Um, Not to sound Pollyannish, but being able to see positive in a negative situation and how can I grow from this? I'm looking forward to the next 9 weeks. There's been a lot of growth, and I'm just anxious to see what else can happen. So I was really fortunate. I got to go to both Nepal and Bali with Yoga for Life. Nepal was an experience. It was my first time independently overseas. I'd gone with my kids and stuff. It was quite a challenge. I was kind of afraid to do things like fly by myself over the ocean, and how was I going to be when I got to a airport where I didn't speak the language. It found that the foundations of yoga that we saw different in practice, as well as some of the handprint in the cave and some other really awesome things. The people in Nepal were phenomenal. It was an indescribable growth experience. One that when I left, I cried home most of the way on the plane. I did not want to leave. And it was a very intense practices in a very beautiful setting with the ceiling that, you kind of hope that Shavasana would come soon so you could stare at the ceiling. Bali was similar and very different. We saw a different point of view. The people were phenomenal. Raj and Kelly do an amazing job organizing. So when you go, not only are you learning and practicing and enjoying, I mean, it's just a phenomenal trip. Most of all, the way that you come out feeling just a different sense of self is pretty amazing. I look forward to the next trip. I hear there might be India coming up, and I'm saving the coins for that. As as far as yoga, I have practiced for a while. Got into it kind of funny. My son called me and said, "You got to come into this and try this." It was hot yoga. It was an experience. I was not bendy, stretchy, flexy, doing anything. I worked really, really hard. And then I've had a couple issues with knee replacements. And so you kind of go in and you stop, and you go in and you stop. I find now that I don't worry about the poses as much. Some people can bendy, stretchy, and do those really cool things. And I just focus on me and what I can do, and have found that the inner reflection is way more positive and fun, more emotionally rewarding than, the physical ones are cool when you can get it. But when you know that there's something that isn't going to bend that way, doing your best, trying it, trying to get into mentally the pose if you can't physically. And I keep coming back because I enjoy the family, the camaraderie, and the internal growth that I have.